312-981-7200 is the phone and the text line. Happy that you're here with us on this Saturday evening. In the All-State Showcase studio with me right now is Mike Jeffers, who is the founder of Chicago Jazz Magazine. And of course, check out chicagojazz.com. He is also an accomplished jazz drummer, and you've got the big gig with Wayne Messmer coming up.
Well, it's nice when I produce stuff because then I can put myself on it and create my own gigs.
Well, that was my question, because you are producing that big event at Waukegan Harbor, and so because you're doing that, you could say, you know what, I want to play with Wayne Messmer.
It's called double dipping.
That's okay. At least you acknowledge it. Thank you. Well, it's good to see you, man, and
it's good to see you not at 6 in the morning. This is really kind of nice, man. I think the last time I was in here was with Catalano. It was cold outside and it was dark and.
Well, really quickly, what happened? So like I said, Mike Jeffers plays drums. He's a great jazz drummer. I had a band that was supposed to come in here on Outside the Loop, and that's every Saturday morning at 6. And the band the night before canceled. And so I called you up and I said, hey, look, can you get anybody? Because you know a lot of people in the Chicago music scene. And you said, yeah, how about me and Frank Catalano on sax? And we'll come in, and you hauled your entire kit in here.
Yeah.
And he played sax, and it was around Christmas time.
It was.
It was dark out.
Yeah, and Frank's got 2 of his albums, his brand new release, and the one that he put out that time of the year, I forget when it was, but they're both in the top 10 on the Billboard charts right now. So you see the kind of talent I bring.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Only for Outside the Loop, though.
Only at 6 in the morning. Now you only got me.
Right, right. No musicians beside yourself here tonight. Chicago Jazz Magazine. So this magazine has really, it's been around now for how long?
14 years.
So that's insane. And that is insane, because it's an actual physical magazine in addition to chicagojazz.com and chicagojazzmagazine.com. But in this age of the future in the digital realm, how are you still keeping the magazine afloat?
Well, I think that it has a lot. When I first started it was print, and there was a website, because I had the website I bought in 1999 when I didn't know anything about websites, but a buddy of mine bought michaeljeffers.com, and then chicagojazz.com was also available, so I figured, well, chicagojazz.com, people would probably find more stuff other than searching Mike Jeffers, because nobody cared at that point.
Right.
So we started that, got the print magazine going, but now, moving into 2016 and stuff, we do a lot of social media, a lot of online features that you can't get in the magazine. So it's nice because there's long form features in the print magazine that you can't really get online, and you can't hold, and you can't see the pictures and all that, because it comes out every 2 months, but people love that tangible piece that they can hold in their hand. They can pick it up at 300 locations around the city. But then you also have, like, I do a weekly video series online that I'm interviewing people. I'm talking about upcoming shows. I do these crazy show shout outs. Sometimes I'm golfing and hitting golf balls into steel pans, and sometimes I'm out at a jam session interviewing people. So it's nice because we can tie a lot of stuff in and get a lot of engagement, which you couldn't do 14 years ago, which is awesome. So now I can talk to the audience and find out what they want. So everything's on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. Everything is just tying all together. So that's why it's all kind of humming along.
Yeah, and I like how you have the artists participate. So I know you have some artists that are from out of town that are coming to Chicago and who are performing, and you say, hey, why don't you shoot a video on your iPhone, send it to me, I'll put it together as part of the Chicago Jazz TV and video component.
And everybody knows this now, because if you watch Facebook, everybody's grandmother has their phone up too close to their eyeballs or something, and you keep watching it because it's exciting to see. So that was my thought process. I'm like, I bet some of these musicians are going to just shoot stuff that's just insane, you know. And the first one I did, Oz Noy, who's like a national touring guitar player from Israel, was coming to Chicago. So he was nice enough. He shot this video, and the guy that was holding the camera was shaking it. And they were shooting this video, they're performing a sound check, and then he comes up to talk, and he smashes his head into the microphone, and he sends it to me. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be cool. That was one of the biggest hits. Everybody's like, you got to keep doing this. So it's really cool how everything can kind of work together, but you have to be real conscious about that social media stuff.
Yeah, and it's difficult. It's a lot of work. I see it. I just do an hour show once a week, usually here on GN. And to keep the Facebook and Twitter, to keep that all fresh, and if you especially doing the video integration, That's a lot.
That's it's a lot of work. Thanks for telling me.
I'm just like you needed a reminder, right? But you are now producing a bunch of these shows. So here you are, you've got Chicago Jazz Magazine, you've got ChicagoJazz.com, and now you are producing shows like what's happening on June 25th at Harbor's Edge in Waukegan Harbor. How did you get involved with that?
Well, actually, a mutual friend of ours, Eddie Petruka. Remember
Yeah,
Eddie?
yeah,
He used to work with us on some band projects.
Right.
I'm a partner in a company that he started called Triple Crown Agency, and it's a sports marketing company. So we handle some professional athletes and set up appearances and different things like that. But then we also took on the festival side because we were being asked by people that were kind of connected to these different athletes and these different things that we were doing, if we could help them do a charity event, help them do this. And for 14 years, I've always been on site at the Blues Fest, at the Jazz Fest, doing the program book, running my booth down there and everything else. We just got done with the Blues Fest last weekend.
Yeah.
So we just started, it just kind of organically took on because of the experience I've had doing all of this for so long. So the Harbor's Edge came up because they wanted to start these 3 different festivals as a way to drive tourism and drive business into the Waukegan area. And so I started producing that one, and then of course the Deer Park Jazz Fest coming up on August 6th in Deer Park. That one's been going on for 5 years. I started that, and that's great. Wayne's on it with Judy, but also Frank Catalano and Jimmy Chamberlain are headlining this year.
Oh, the Smashing Pumpkins,
yeah.
Jimmy Chamberlain. Well, man, you've got so much going on, and ever since I've known you, that's what you've been doing, just running in a million different directions. But I think doing it all really well, and you have time to play drums in there. Sometimes, which is always a good thing.
And I have time to come down here and see you.
How about that?
Put
Hey,
it on my schedule.
it's great to see you, Mike Jeffers.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. You are the founder of Chicago Jazz Magazine. Check out ChicagoJazz.com. It's a way to get plugged into the Chicago jazz scene. Lots of great resources there. And you and I need to get together outside of the radio studio at some point. We're overdue.
Sounds like we'll have a summit.
A summit! Clear your calendars. Alert the authorities. Mike Steven in for Dave Hoekstra here on the Nocturnal